to you, sir.
Hello?
You are muted. Please unmute. Can you unmute? Have you?
Wait.
Still, we can see that you are muted. Shall I call you?
Yeah. Hello?
Hello, you are on mute.
Yeah, in settings I can just എനിക്ക് താഴെ ആ ഒരു കൊച്ചു പടമേ വരുന്നുള്ളൂ. ഞാനത് ക്ലിക്ക് ചെയ്തിട്ട് അത് വലുതാവുന്നില്ല. സോ ഓൺ സ്ക്രീൻ വന്നാൽ എനിക്കിപ്പോൾ NIT ട്രിച്ചി ഗസ്റ്റിൻ്റെ ഒക്കെ മൈക്കാണ് എനിക്ക് വരുന്നത്. അല്ല അതല്ല, അത് ആക്കിയിട്ടൊന്നും ഇല്ല. അത് ബട്ട് അയ്യോ, നേരത്തെ ഞാൻ ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ യുവർ അൺമ്യൂട്ടിങ് ഹാസ് ബീൻ ഡിസേബിൾഡ്, അവർക്കേ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ എന്നാണ് വന്നേ. അയ്യോ, ഒരു മിനിറ്റ്. അല്ലേ, എൻ്റെ ആ പടം തന്നെ ഫുൾ സ്ക്രീൻ ആവുന്നില്ല, ആ സൈഡിൽ ഇങ്ങനെ കുഞ്ഞായിട്ടിരിക്കുന്നത്. അതെ, യാ, പടം ഇപ്പോൾ ഡയറക്ടറാണ് ഫുൾ സ്ക്രീനിലിരിക്കുന്നത്. എങ്ങനെ സ്പോട്ട്ലൈറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമോ? ഹലോ ഹലോ, ഇപ്പം കേൾക്കാമോ?
You're audible. You're very much audible.
Yes, sir. You can hear you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Thank you. Sorry. I'm so sorry for wasting 3 minutes of your time. I'm not used to this thing at all, actually. It's first time I'm using Google Team. Can you hear me? Yes?
Yes, sir. Yes. We could hear. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know me, because suppose one is a celebrity, then everyone knows who you are. So you must be wondering who this guy is. So I am a South Indian classical Carnatic musician from Kerala. My mother tongue is Malayalam. But if I sing 100 songs, around 60 of them will be in Telugu and around 30 of them will be in Sanskrit. And some will be in Tamil, some will be in Kannada. And like most of my colleagues, when I started singing, I had absolutely no idea what the hell we were singing. So this is the sad story of Carnatic music, because the songs are in one language and the singers don't speak that language. Same with the listeners also. So we just cruise along with the beauty of the voice and technical complexities and whatever. It continued like that till I was around 21 years old. Then one of my ancestors was still alive, much older than me, 3 generations before me. He gifted me a book called Tyagaraja Sudha, which had around 120 compositions of Saint Tyagaraja with the essence of the meaning and word by word meaning of the songs also. Many of them were very popular songs. And then when I started reading this, I was horrified to find how wrongly we were singing the lyrics. This was brought out by a gentleman called K.P.S. Menon. I don't know who it is. He has brought out 2 volumes of Tyagaraja Kritis with word by word meaning in Malayalam. I'm talking about early 1990s, before the internet had come. So that completely changed my approach to music. And then I discovered that a few people like Sri M.D. Ramanathan, Dr. Balamurali Krishna, Professor T.V. Gopalakrishnan, there are few singers who at that time itself, they were singing the lyrics correctly. So because of which it sounds different from what is heard in the mainstream. So that was my first exposure to the immeasurable value of translation. because of these 2 volumes of Tyagaraja Sudha. Then after I completed my graduation, I studied French at the Alliance Française in my hometown Thiruvananthapuram. And then as a child and even as a young man or even now as an old man, I like reading comics and Asterix, Tintin. These were all big favorites all time. And then after studying French, I had the chance to spend quite a few months in Paris teaching Indian classical music to French students. And then by chance I picked up a copy of Asterix, and then I discovered that the original Asterix is in French, which I came to know at some point, but even the jokes are different in French and in English. So I found that the English translators have been so amazing, because so many jokes are puns and wordplays which can't be directly translated. So it's a completely different set of jokes in French and a different set of jokes in English. And Asterix is one comic which has been translated to some extraordinary number, I think 24 or 30 or 35 languages. So including Hebrew and Spanish and Italian and so many other languages. So I presume that in each of the languages the jokes would be different, and we have to salute the team or the individual who has translated that. So now with the advent of the internet, speaking as a Carnatic classical musician, I find it is such a blessing that at least Maharaja Swati Tirunal, Tyagaraja, Muthuswami Dikshitar, a few great composers like that, their compositions, some good people have taken the time and the energy and the effort to create websites which are accessible to everybody, anybody who can read English. We have compositions of these people with the word by word meaning available online. And I wish that more, see now as a 53-year-old guy, I took 2 minutes to find how to unmute myself. So technology, with senior generation, I don't know how it is, but at least the generations after me, I hope they will make use of what is available now, which was not the case till very recently. So I was very, very surprised, delighted and honored to get an invitation for an event like this. I don't claim to be a scholar in literature or music or in anything, but my only qualification is that I do try my best to translate the meanings of meaningful compositions, what I sing, to the listeners so that they can understand the meaning of the songs and connect with the great spirit, mind and soul of the composers who lived 200 to 600 years ago. We have Sangeeta Pitamaha Purandaradasa, who lived 600 years ago, and in Kannada he says, Satyavantarigidu Kalavalla. This is not the time for honest people. Dushta Janari Idu Subhiksha Kala. For cruel people, for evil people, this is a prosperous time. So this he says 600 years ago. Then we find that, it's not like our times are worse than other times. Life has been always more or less like this. And I spent a lot of time with Dr. Mangalapalli Balamuralikrishna sir, who was also very much into connecting with the correct lyrics and the meaning. So I don't want to just go on rambling because so many interesting lectures are going to come. But Balamuralikrishna, I'll just wind up with one thought by him. He also was very attracted to the lyrics and meaning of Purandaradasa songs which are in Kannada. So many of them he translated to Telugu, so that Telugu people can understand also. But when I spoke to Balamuralikrishna sir, he was of course a great devotee and in the Shishya Parampara of Saint Tyagaraja. He loved Annamacharya, Bhadrachala Ramadasa, so many others. But when I asked him who is the greatest poet he has ever seen, he said it was Kannadasa. So Kannadasa, Tamil, he said that it is so amazing that it just cannot be translated. You have to learn Tamil and appreciate the flavor, the essence of the poetry of Kannadasa in Tamil itself. In Kerala, we have a great poet, come social reformer, come comedian called Kunchan Nambiyar. So Kunchan Nambiyar has written so many thousands and thousands and thousands of pages of poetry. which I find that we have to learn Malayalam to appreciate the full extent. Otherwise, just like Shakespeare or Beethoven or Mozart or Kalidas, Kunchan Nambiyar would have ruled the world for sure. I'm not saying this because I'm a Malayali, but see, I said about Kannadasa, who's a Tamilian, about whom a Telugu Balamutakrishna spoke like that. So these days, from the time Indian Union was formed, the states were divided, linguistic division. So I hate that phrase, linguistic division. I feel it should be linguistic unification only. The more we don't understand something, we have suspicion, we have fear, we wonder what is happening. But the more we understand something, we can accept them, we can relate to them, we can love them, we can form connections. So these days, when people in power, they try more and more to divide people, I feel it is musicians and translators who do the very hard but very essential thing of bringing people together. And we have so much wealth of knowledge starting from our Vedas, which are just lying there untapped only because people don't know the language. So the more and more of our ancient culture and even contemporary writers, suppose there's a great writer in Tamil and I don't read Tamil, then only Tamilians can appreciate that. So now a lot of Indian literature in each local colloquial languages, they are getting translated to English and bringing the greatness of these writers to a wider audience. So I salute whoever has been doing this, people before our generation and people who are doing now, who are using technology for that. And I feel honored and delighted for being invited for such a wonderful thing. And I hope that all the sessions, because see, I am a guest here and I took 5 minutes to log in, and in my phone I have already several messages from friends to whom I sent the invite saying the link is not working, I can't join. So I hope for and timing also, there are so many people who live outside India and whatever. So for the benefit of everyone who is interested, I hope all these sessions will be available in your website or YouTube or in some site like that, so that people can make use of the resources again and again. So thank you so much. I wish the entire session great success. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much indeed. That was lovely listening to you, as always. So now we are actually going to the concluding